Peace is found in the cells. And so I'm going to share something here with you. Okay, so this is what has been going down for me, walking the path of the beauty code way with the gene keys and all of the tools. And so as I was doing my Kundalini Yoga, all of these things came to me. So first we have consent and command. Consent, command, consent, command. Okay, consent, command. Those are things that I have been working on. When I talk to my cells, everything comes down to that baby cell. And then listening to the gene keys, and as I'm doing my Kundalini Yoga, I hear about complaining. And I said, oh, I don't complain. And then I thought, jeepers creepers, where are you complaining? Of course you're complaining in some way. It might not be perceived as a complaint, but a complaint, no matter what, is victim mentality. So all of these things I'm consciously, which I probably spelt wrong, please forgive me, don't make fun of me, I didn't look it up. These are things that I'm consciously doing to change my DNA, right? And I'm doing this I'm going to share with you why it is important now that I broke it down, those things. This is just how my head works. These are things that are going on. And this is the work that I'm doing to remember to do this work, because I was on X all morning, forgetting about real life. And then what did I do? I came and I moved my body. And I moved my body with depths of intention. So many different things I was doing to move breath and thought and specific energies into my system, as well as letting go of anything that does not serve me. And so we have consent and command. These are things that you can start to do to speak to your cells. Now, why do you want to see things as a cell? So you have this one little cell, and in this cell is universes, and it's got everything in that one cell. Everything, literally. It's got past things like and future. It's got everything, everybody's thoughts, everybody's beliefs. And you can't intellectually comprehend that until you can start to manifest physical things based on the knowing and the belief. But it's not a belief, it's a knowing, because you are consciously doing these things. And so what is it that you are consciously doing, and why would you want to take on anything like this, like consenting? I don't consent to parasites. I don't consent to anything in my body that does not serve me and my highest good. I do not consent to feel others' negative emotions. And I command my cells and my energy field to do what I say, because that is my right as a human. And now, do you see how serious I got? Because I am serious about that. You get to command through free will. This is what makes us have this depth of human technology, okay? This is our bioenergetic field. And it comes down to, what are you commanding? Or are you complaining? Where are you complaining? Because complaints create this crazy ass energetic field. Nobody wants that. And when you are complaining, you're putting your complaints in my energy, because we're all connected. And so, so as I was doing my Kundalini Yoga this morning, what I always do and always have done, like as a mom, as an influence and leader to my children, anytime I want them to do something, or I want something for them, or I want them to talk to their cells or anything like that, I have just this resistance that says, wait, hang on. What do we know that occurs? What's the fastest path to get this human to really do what you think the heavens are telling you to tell this kid to do? And that is, I do it. Whatever. If I want my kids to talk to their cells, you know what I do? I talk to my cells. I command my cells. I consent. And I do not consent. I do not consent. Okay, that's something is part of your human technology, to start to really grasp that and to really practice consenting and not consenting. Okay, now, so as I'm doing this, I'm changing my biology. I'm working 7-year cycles. I'm working with the cosmos. I'm working with the gods and the angels and the ascended masters. And all of those things are just specific archetypes in my cells. So those things will come up. Oh, who is this? Who is Saint Germain? I don't know. Or certain angels that I've worked with, like Archangel Uriel, will come in specific times. I think something, and it's just because it's an archetype in my cell. It's a story within my cellular system. So I'm not going out there to look for a god or an angel or a mentor. I'm consenting to my archetypes that want to unlock in my DNA to guide me and assist me to healing this karma in my body, to shifting my DNA. That's what I'm here to do, is to shift my DNA and help others shift their DNA. And here is the thing, when you can start to grasp the one cell, so in that one cell lives everything. You get the opportunity per your energy field, per your attitude, and your attitude, awareness of your attitude. At that moment, you pause. At that moment, you have free will. You either free won't or you free will. Choose what your highest self would choose. Go beyond the conditioning, okay? And this is why you want to work on common sense stuff on how to treat a human body and how to be a human, a healthy human, and what a healthy human looks like, not a controlled and a manipulated human, okay? And so that's going to take if you want to be manipulated and controlled, you have free will. Like that might be your path. That might be your path. That might be your timeline. Cool. But if you want to really take on this body wisdom, consciousness that's divine, you can consent, but it needs to be a co-creation. So it's something you have to choose to do, and that is to go inside. And maybe you're there and maybe you're just like confused and you don't know why you just don't feel like you should because of the things that you've done to get there. Well, I expected if I did this and did this and did this and did this, then I should feel like this. Why the hell don't I? And it has to do with walking the way of your purpose every single day. And when you do that, you can start to shift your DNA. So your DNA actually expands. So I'm coming full circle here. So there is a divine genome. So as you do this work, as you I'll open up your body to be able to allow more light within it, which takes a path and some struggle and a journey and a transformation and breakthrough, all that. Okay, so that's what's going to start to create space in your body to be able to allow light in. Okay. And then you can start to connect to your DNA that is as far as you could literally imagine, like beyond is, and it's like a motherboard out there, and it's what is in your cell is in everybody else's. Is everything. So what it is that you attract is in our cells, and this is where war is built. This is where peace can be built in the cells, and that is part of the war and the peace. Where are you at war with yourself, and how can we find peace? Well, peace is within the cells. Now, as humans, and especially if you are a mom, you carry the same DNA as your kids. Now, I have all my kids as, both of my kids as DNA within me. And when you start to comprehend that your DNA is based on who you are and what you're doing now, and that is in their cells, that is in their body, not who you were when you had them. That's not how DNA works. And so this is why it's critical to take on the transformation. And so this is what was coming up, was like, oh, okay, so I go to work and do these things that I want my kids to do. And then I start to see in them behaviors they're just doing naturally. And so I was like, the reason why is because they have my DNA. They have my DNA and I have their DNA. And so I have access to shift and change my DNA. And so when I say things like you're working 6 generations ahead and 6 generations behind, when you start to clear out this karma within your DNA, your DNA is in other people's physical vessels. And you are always manipulating it. So how this would look is the story you're telling yourself is either complaining or consenting and commanding health or complaints, or doing the work of like, where am I complaining? Okay, forgive myself. Okay. Then we have to, so we get it out of the cells. Now we got to detox it out of our skin through our breath, through sweating, things like that. So it is a full process. But once you can start to comprehend the depth of your DNA, how far it reaches, and if you're complaining, then that's what are getting in your kids' cells. If you don't believe in them, that is what is going on with your DNA in your child's body. So it's critical. It is critical, and it is our responsibility to heal ourselves, because we're only going to do more damage because our kids are stuck with our parents and our grandparents' DNA in their cells as well. And we know what the process has been. A lot of war, a lot of the same things. It's time for us now to really take the responsibility to take on this shifting DNA, and getting back to common sense, and seeing healing as simple as, you see a whole body here? Well, I'm actually one cell, but I'm a fractal of that cell. But I'm trillions and trillions of cells. Okay, so I'm trillions and trillions of cells. And that's what makes up this physical vehicle that you see, right? But in one of those cells is in the other cell, and in the other cell, and in the other cell, okay? And so my expressions, my DNA expressions are within my cell. Now, I'm not an expert on like the depth of the science portion. I am more of I am more along, I don't want to say expert. I don't want to lie. It's not like I'm lying, but I don't feel like an expert, and I shouldn't be an expert. So I'll definitely edit that out. Anyways, so if you have any questions, let me know, because I come here with these revelations. I come here with this solution, this conclusion, this revelation, life-changing revelation, sparks in my cells, type of transformational breakthrough, knowing, oh yeah, my DNA is in my kids. And stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Walk your way. Walk your way every day. Because I do have a challenge of, oh, I want this for this person, that for that person. And then all of a sudden I have all these expectations of myself, and it's just freaking weird. But there's lessons for me there. So at least I know where to find them. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. This is kind of just for entertainment purposes. Bye-bye.